Hi, we are group number 26. Our application is music recommendation using brain sensor. We made a literature survey about the brain waves and their associated emotions. The 5 waves include alpha, beta, gamma, theta, and delta. To give a glimpse about the EEG bands, so I'm just opening the Chrome. So as you can see, there is a frequency band for each waves, and the way we actually classify the emotions is basically we take the maximum and minimum limit from the data set that we obtained using NeuroSky brain sensor from the Impact Lab at different point of times, of course, and the values signifies a particular emotions. So if you can see, for the gamma waves, if too much of the gamma waves is nothing but it signifies anxiety, high arousal, and stress. And similarly you have for beta, alpha, and theta waves. So high gamma and beta values signifies more stress, as you can see, as you just saw, and alpha, theta, and delta is the opposite. Low values signify stress. So we can calculate the user emotion based on these values and compute the threshold and then train the data. The NeuroSky sensor gives raw EEG data at 512 Hz sampling rate. We use an app called EEG ID, and then we get the data from there and do a Fourier transform to get the alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and theta values. So if I want to show the data, so as you can see, so this is the EEG ID, whatever we got from the EEG ID app, and later we label the data, and this is the label data. And after this, we actually run the machine learning algorithm. For the machine learning part, we have used a support vector machine to classify the data into 2 emotions. So right now we are just classifying the emotions into only two classes. One is happy and the other one is sad. So here we are actually taking relax state as the happy state and the stress state as sad state. We run the SVM on the server, and we basically have deployed APIs on REST APIs on Python Anywhere. So you can probably Google and you'll get to know. And basically we use pickling library and make the model as persistent so that the model need not be trained again and again. So from the app, when we actually upload the testing data using the REST API calls, so you will be able to get the emotions from them. So let's just dive into the app first. So our app is called Music Player. We didn't rename it as some other app, but yeah, it's just like that. So basically, when you actually open the Music Player app, so it is preloaded with it gets preloaded with the list of songs that are there in your SD card. And loading the list of songs itself was a task, so I'll speak about the task later, the 20 tasks, but I'll explain the basic functionalities of the task. So primarily the media player itself will have different functionalities such as play, pause, reshuffle, or close the app, or search for a song. So all these are functionalities. So apart from that, we have to actually send the brain sensor data to the server to actually get the emotions. So that is that is the get emotion. That is what the get emotion is. So send feedback. Let's just go through each of them menu items one by one. Let's say the user is in a sad state and he wears the headset and gets the brain data from the EEG ID app that I explained previously. Let's say he already has the CSV downloaded from the EEG ID app, and he browses through his phone, goes to SD card, selects download, and selects the testing SAD. So we have renamed it just for the convenience purpose, and let's say he uploads the file. So he got his emotion as sad, and as you can see, the theme of the app has changed as well as the playlist. Let's just select a song which he might want to play. Which song? So let's just select this Chella Kutti. So okay, so the song is played, and let's say he's not he's very much satisfied with the song, and he decides to send a feedback. or let's say he's not satisfied with the song, and let's say he decides to send back us, like let's say the whatever the playlist is given, he's not satisfied. uh, and let's just take the comment, submit. So his feedback's recorded. So basically we are using the service to send the feedback to the server, and then he can go back. And the other thing, so whenever he selects the satisfaction as no, the particular songs gets the particular song rank gets decreased. So basically we have a score for each of the songs, so it reduces the score of that particular song if it's not satisfied. So other functionality apart from the sending feedback and recording the changing the song rank, so we have a view playback history. Probably he might want to see what all songs he has played, and when he clicks on, he can see so he has played Challakutti, so previously he has played Hamari Adhuri Kahani, and sort of the songs. So the other, that is one more task. So the other task which we can talk about is it's based on the songs which the songs which he has played according to the ranks which we have given based on his satisfaction. So that is song ranking. As you can see, Challakutti is he was not satisfied, and it is showing up as the first song. So it's basically under the other order. So the other primary functionality of the app is he wants to check the emotion history. He can just click on the emotion history. So we have uploaded it thrice, so he can see that his emotion state is happy, sad. So let's say he decides, let me use the headset, and let's say his emotion state is happy now, and he goes again and selects from the SD card, happy, upload. So it has detected as a happy, and it changes the theme as well as it provides us the list of the songs which he wants. It is just a list of the songs which he feels it's good. So let's just play happy. He's happy anyways, and let's just go to emotion history. So I can see happy, sad. So it basically increases the count of the particular emotions and shows based on that. So he was happy, sad. So apart from these functionalities, there is primary pause, play, play next, another functionalities, reshuffle and such. So I would probably now explain each of the tasks that has been done. So the first task was the media player. As you can see, the whole media player has been built, and each of the functionalities pertaining to the media player is been done as well. So the second task was to actually create SQL database to actually store the song, not exactly the song, but a song ID, so that we can rank them accordingly, and for the emotions to actually show the list of emotions that he went through. So and the other task is for the server side database. So the thing is, we need to store the user feedback to actually manipulate the machine learning algorithm, tweak the machine learning algorithm to better the performance of the SVM, to send the emotion, better identify the emotion state. So for that we are actually using server side database. And the fourth task was to collecting brain sensor data. So thanks for the Impact Lab and the professor and all the Impact Lab guys who actually helped to collect the brain sensor data. We used the NeuroSky headset, and researching about the brain data and emotion was another task. So we have to go through a couple of research papers and basically understand what each brain waves does, and classify the emotions. And the sixth task was the pre-processing the brain data. So whatever we got the data is a raw value, and we had to convert using a Fourier transform and use the data for actually labeling the data. And then research and classify identify the proper classification algorithm was another task. Basically, we had to go through the research papers and we had to identify which particular algorithm is classifies the best. And then training the classifier was another task where we had to actually train the SVM to actually get the emotions perfectly. So, and we had to make it persistent. And the ninth task was applying the classifying algorithm and using the testing data. And the 10th task was calculate the impact of the song and aftermath brain reaction. This task was replaced with task was actually replaced with the uploading files to the server side. So that the task was not included. We actually had to do that. We actually had to include that as a task. And calibrate the impact of the song actually includes the server. The user has to wear the headset as well. So we didn't have the headset, and we just decided we'll use the other task as instead of this. And the 11th task was the ranking of the songs. So basically, so as I showed you, ranking of the songs was based on the score of the songs, and which was whenever the user sends the feedback, we primarily decrease or increase the rate of score of the song. And the 12th task was creating the offline playlist. As you can see, the playlist is already loaded. And the 13th task was to track the song history. So the user can actually view the playback song history. And the 14th task was to change the theme of the app. As you can see, when the theme, when the emotion was happy, the guitar was showing, and when the emotion was sad, Paris Tower was Eiffel Tower was being shown. And the 15th was the filter most frequent songs. It's basically nothing but whatever the songs he has played, and he can actually view it using a playback history. So it has both the functionality such as most frequent. It actually shows up in the playback history itself. So it includes both of the tasks. And then implement search feature is one other task 16. As you saw, you can actually search for each of the whatever song you want to actually search for. And the 17th task was to send the user feedback, so even that is implemented. And the 18th task was to improve recommendation using user feedback. So we are actually getting whenever this user selects the satisfaction as no or yes, we are actually improving the score of the particular song, so that he can actually view that song. He can get that song up in the playlist whenever he's sad or happy. And the 19th task was to develop the REST API for the communication. So basically, REST API to actually upload it to the server, or to send the user feedback to the server. So this itself was a big task, and so that was the task 19. And task 20 was the summary of emotions, which I showed you lastly. So that is the last task. And hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks to Dr. Banerjee and the Impact Lab for providing the NeuroSky headset and all the assistance that they gave us. Thank you.